Hello, today we're going to be going to OnShape using the free plan and create some wall art. So I got an idea from Thingiverse and let's get started. Alright, I have the image here. It's from Star Wars. So let's start. We're going to import this and we're going to create a bunch of splines and curves and redraw this in a 2D format. This is the image I will be importing into OnShape, and I will be tracing it with some splines and some curves and lines. So I will. I like that this is a flat image, so it's easier to work with a flat image. And to scale it, we'll just kind of figure out what size we really want. We'll grab some calipers here and we'll check and see what size is a good size for us. You know, we can adjust this, and once we do this, it's not going to be locked down, so you want to get the size up, pretty good. So let's say we want to make this this whole piece 100 millimeters in length. So this is 100 millimeters right here. Okay, so about the size of my hand there. So that will be the size of this. So if you're going to start, I would suggest you figure out what size you want first, and then you will scale that to the size that you want for your wall art. So we will go with, here's your on-site. We will go, this is the free subscription, and this allows other people to view your designs, but it's totally free. So as long as you don't have anything patent-wise, this is totally fine. So let's start with create a brand new document. So create document, and we'll call this wall art. Okay. I can change the name of that. Reduce. Come on, let me. Maybe. Okay. Alright, so let's get started. We're going to put it on the front view. So we're going to hide top and right, and we can just simply click on top and right, and they just disappear. And now we're going to create a sketch on this surface. So let's sketch, click on front, and then now we have our sketch activated. So we can click up here in the upper right hand corner on front, and it will flatten it to our view right here. So now we want to do a import, just a word of caution. Insert images. We're going to import. We're going to choose a JPEG. Previous one was a different format which it didn't like. It was a that's a JPEG, and this is a WEBP file. So definitely don't use that one. Let's use JPEG. Okay. Open JPEG. Okay, and then we just clicked on that one and then clicked here. So now we're going to adjust our size. So this is really important for you to know what size you want to make it at the very beginning, because once we start tweaking this and to make it, the size later on, we can do a scale which will fix that. But right now, if you were to choose anything else and start moving it around, it would not work very smoothly. So let's do a dimension from here to here. Now we're going to just create a couple lines in here. Let's see what length this is from here. We can right click and escape that line, and then we go to the other one here. Okay, and now we're going to get a dimension from these two, and that's 66 millimeters. Okay, so let's make this 100 millimeters. Okay, so that will tell us that's the exact size we want, and yeah, so it automatically scaled it, which is cool. Alright, so but we can now delete these because we don't need them anymore. So we know this this piece is going to be 100 millimeters wide, and this is our starting image that we're going to create our profiles from. So we're still in Sketch. I'm going to hide this front because it looks it's showing up and I don't want to see it. I should be able to click on this guy and right click, hide that guy. So now we got that hidden. So now we can go to the sketch features, so we can start creating some lines inside of here. So let's middle mouse button, we're going to zoom into here. We're just going to start drawing. This might take a little while, so just follow along, and yeah. Okay, if you want, it's going to try to snap the things, and if you don't want it to snap, I can hit my shift key, hold down the shift key, It allows me to do that wherever I want to do. Okay, so now if I want this to here, it can create a curve, but that curve looks like it's going to be really goofy. Let's give it a try. No. So we're going to undo that, and we're going to put a different type of curve, a 3-point curve inside of there. And you know what we could do? We could split this guy right in half and lessen our amount of things that we have to do. So let's find the approximate middle of this guy. Okay, we're going to choose this guy down straight. It's slightly rotated, which is a little bad, but here's what we can do. We'll make that perpendicular so we can see that this is not perfect. So we're going to escape that, and we're going to take this and we're going to move this over just a hair. So what I'm going to do is an offset here, and we can offset this, click on that guy, and then we'll put in, we're going to go the opposite way. So we click 2 times on that, and then I'm going to adjust this dimension to, maybe we want to go with whatever we think is perfect. So whatever is inside of there, and then we'll adjust that. So I'm going to go with, let me just clean that out. Okay, well, I think it's maybe a 1.2 millimeter. 0.2. Okay, there we go. Looks good. And that looks about right. I just don't want it to be uniform whenever I go to mirror this. So this doesn't look 100% correct. Let me put a 1.1. Okay. So this is a pretty important part. So let's get this right. All right, so we got our starting point. So we're going to continue this line up. And what we can do there is we can build a line on the very top of here. So this is all like a horizontal line, escape, and then we're going to extend this guy. So we got to go over here to extend, and we're going to click on this guy right here and then extend it to that guy. Okay, so that's going to be that. Okay, so now we got that line extended. We can actually go about, we should be able to delete that guy. Yeah, okay, so I kept it. All right, so we're just going to concentrate on 1/2 of this, and then it will mirror about this line. So let's create this curve right here. We get a little flat, so let's create a little flat. So we go here to here, shift key, remember, shift kind of lets us go to whatever we want and allows us to click that. Okay, I'm going to right click, I'm going to end this guy, escape the line. I'm going to build a tangent arc from here to here, and then I'm going to it already snapped it to it. So if I don't like that, you see it's got a little bit of gap there. I can undo, Control Z to undo that. Now we can build a spline if we want to. So here we can click the middle point right there, and then we can click this guy right here, and that does it a little better. Let me right click and end this guy, confirm my spline, and it snapped right there. And if I need to adjust these little guys, there you go. Just little fine adjustments. This is a spline. Okay, so now we can start creating our other lines here. So we're going to go from here, shift key, hold that down, and then it's a little goofy there. Okay, escape that line, pull this guy down. Don't want to move that guy around. So let me fix that before I do that. I want to make sure this is good. Yeah, it's pretty much good. And this is pretty good. So I'm going to click on this guy, and then I'm going to go up here and go call this a construction line. So it should not move now. Okay, right click, confirm sketch. Never mind, don't want to do that. Just get back in the sketch, double click on that guy. We're back in. This line is construction line, so it should not move anymore. That is moving. I don't like that. I don't want this line to move. Okay, let me put a constraint on here that this is fixed. Where's my fixed? Midpoint fixed. Okay, so it should not move. You see it turn black. Black means it's fully constrained, so now it should not move. There we go. Perfect. Now I'll grab this shift key, hold it down, and then I'll start building up this. This looks like a flat area right here. So I'm going to start using L for line, and then we'll get to here quicker. So I'm going to click here, and then click here. Just kind of follow this path down, okay? And then you can zoom in with your middle mouse button. You know, if you want cleaner edges and stuff like that, you can use your arcs and stuff like that, okay? So we're just building the outside of this guy right now. Okay, I know this is, you know, it takes a little while, but in the end, if we go about 3D printing this, it will look pretty cool. I'll fix that in a little bit. And again, it seems like a round now, so I'm going to click on escape to get out of that. I'm fix this with a shift down, move that around, and then this guy can move back. There we go. Looks a little better. And now I'm going to do that a spline here. So spline here, let's say to here. Oh, okay, we gotta build the spline as we go, so we're gonna undo that, Control Z, and then we're gonna go to spline, click on spline starting point, and just kind of walk through this and pick some points like this as we're walking through there. Okay, we could probably do this. Well, you can't do the whole thing with spline, but whenever you get to a major transition point, that's when you right click, you confirm that spline. Okay, that breaks it off, and then we can do some fine adjustments if we want to. We can, these are called pulls, I believe, and you can pull those in. Okay, now we're going to build the more of this, so we're going to go more splines. Spline connect to that guy, and then we're going to go down here. Why does my spline look like that? Not sure. Let me escape and try another spline. Maybe I accidentally clicked on something else. Okay, and we're starting to build our spline again. Okay, whenever we start seeing it like really move and mess up our contour, we can finish it. Okay, and keep going. Okay, and then we're going to right click, confirm that spline, another spline from here to, yeah, let's keep going. This way, if we need to go back and clean up that spline, we can. Alright, now we're connected, right click, confirm, and looks, okay, it looks pretty good. So we got the outline of this done, okay? If we want, we can, actually, let's do a spline right here. I thought I did that, but let's go back and finish. Okay, we did the inside, not the outside. So there, there. Okay, keep going. Let's click there, right click, confirm. See that line just disappeared, that's great, perfect. So now we can start building more of this, okay? So now we're gonna build this little box right here so we can use some nice straight lines. So we got this guy all the way to here, here. And then I'm going to use my shift key. And I will extend that. Okay, I'm going to right click and escape that one. So this one went past because I can use this trim function right here. Trim this guy right here, and it automatically snaps. You see that point right there? So that tells me we're good. Alright, back to our lines. And we're going to create a line from here to here. And then we're just going to make it block it off. Block it up, take it all the way, we'll take it past, right click, escape, that one's done. Any other flats? I don't see a lot of flats. Here's a couple flats. So we can build these guys up now. Okay, let's go this guy down here. Okay, right click, escape that one. We're gonna go here to here. We can zoom it in, just kind of build a little chamfer on this edge. And then we can go straight down on this edge. Shift key gets me off of there. Okay, so right click, I'm going to escape that. Need a spline, 2 splines to finish the inside. So let's click here, ding, ding. Okay, spline it. And finished spline. Right click, confirm spline, so it snapped right back. I could do some fine adjustments and stuff. Next spline is from this guy here, just kind of following this contour, okay, and then snap to there, right click, confirm, and then automatically fixed it for me. Okay, another spline, and we're almost done here. So we can later on extrude this, and once we extrude it, we can change the thicknesses to whatever we want. So I would you know, go with a real simple extrusion of, let's say, 5 millimeters thick, and then that will give us a good idea of what this will look like on our wall, you know, for 3D printing purposes. Or let's say you wanted to have this done on, you know, somebody else do this, I'll 3D print for you. There's 3D printing companies out there that do this stuff all the time. So they will print it for you, and you can print it in various different materials. You can choose materials, thickness, hardness. This right here is just wall art, so it probably doesn't have to be very strong or anything like that at all. It's just you don't want it breaking when you're putting it up, but yeah, other than that, I think it's good. Okay, right, confirms. So lots of splines. So if you had a lot of straight lines, we could use lines, but this is fine. And you notice we are not moving. We're checking any dimensions. This is not a critical feature or anything like that. It's just art, so we're not worried about all of our dimensioning. We're just going to make some pretty art. So, okay, here we go. Right click, confirm, spline, spline, spline. Okay, there we go. Right click, confirm. Build this area right here. Oh, not that one. This guy. Here to here. We'll fix that first point if we want. No problem. And if you see, maybe there's some inconsistent thicknesses, that's not a big deal. I mean, we could fix it, but I'm not too worried. So I'm gonna connect this one back to its there. That point, right click, confirm. Snapped it. We could, yeah, that looks pretty good. I mean, we could clean up the edge a tiny bit more. Let me see. I can pull down. It's kind of connected to the top face right there. So careful with that. There must be a constraint in there, which I'm not too worried about. I'm just going to leave it as is, and I'm going to pull that guy in. And I'm going to connect my new spline to this guy. Okay, back here, okay, and keep going, okay. Keep building this area right here, okay. Getting closer. Okay. Almost past this guy. Okay, right click, confirm. Notice it passed it. No problem. I'll hit that trim to get rid of that. So M, trim. Look at that. Clean it up. Alright, more splines. We're gonna start here, go past it. We'll clean it up after. No problems. Okay. So we're right click spline, finish that spline. Okay, we're getting pretty close. I'm gonna add this little feature right here. I'm gonna, since this looks like it's not real good, I'm gonna fix this a little bit. So I'm gonna put a square. We're gonna do a straight line here. We're gonna trapezoidal shape. Okay, right click, escape. My guess is this print was slightly at an angle. It was not perfectly flat, so that's why we're doing this. That's why we did that one. So now here we go. We're gonna build this arc right here, and keep building. Go past. Right click, confirm. Okay, next spline. We're gonna build these are a bunch of straight edges. I think we can go straight. This guy right here, he looks pretty curved. So I'm gonna use my spline feature on that guy. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I can. I can do that corner. That was pretty cool. Oop, okay, that's no problem. I'm not worried about that. Let's choose another spline. Let's see what happens. Go straight down. If you want, these perfectly straight up and down, I guess you could use lines, but spline seems to be working for me. As soon as I connected that last guy, it allowed me to continue on, so I don't have to re-hit the spline button, which is cool. So keep building, build. Spline. Now this one, yeah, you can see it kind of growing out of there, so maybe we want to finish that spline right there. So that corner was a little bit too much. Maybe we could have worked with it, but it's okay. I'll snap it here, and then we'll go down. And then little spline there. Okay, right click, confirm. Here we're just we'll go past it and we'll clean up that afterwards. So here, a little bit fuzzy looking, but not a big deal. So straight down, turn quickly. I'm going to put a snap point right there and right past it. Okay, right click and confirm that. Now we're going to go trim. Grab that scissors, trim right through those guys, trim this guy. Okay, and then we gotta trim that guy up there. Alright, and keep going down. There we go. So spline, so here we go. We're gonna choose it a little bit past. We definitely want it past that because we want it to be, if it's not touching that, then your sketch will not work, okay? But everything has to be touching that line. Very important. If it's not touching, it's not gonna let you do the sketch. And this is a unconstrained sketch, by the way, which means that it is able to be modified, and if you move like one of these little lines improperly or too much, it might break the whole model, so careful doing that. This is I would not give this the time to constrain it. I would just build it like this. This is a very simple way. If you find another artistic piece of software, maybe this can do it automatically for you. But as far as I know, this is how I would do it in OnShape. So let's click this guy. By the way, you always want these lines to be touching, so the end points have to be touching. Okay, if they're not touching, it could have an error. So things to triple check are all your points, especially if you're having an error, are all the points touching each other. And if there's a gap in between them, it's not going to let you finish that sketch, or it'll let you finish the sketch. It won't let you extrude it, so it will not extrude properly. You may see like sheep bodies or something like that. Straight line way up. Okay, let me go there, lock that one in. Straight past. Okay, right click, confirm. Trim that guy. And another trim here. Okay, going back. All right, so we'll do these. We could do a circle function, but yeah, I guess we could do a circle here. So we find the approximate center of this circle, and we could build this guy. Okay, and then we could do an offset to that if we wanted a perfect circle around the outside of it. So let's go offset right here. Choose this guy, and then let's see if we can squeeze this guy in. And then we'll go about right a little bit bigger than that. Come on, wake up, buddy. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It actually is it's a little bit delayed, so that's why I was doing that. Alright, that's good right there. Let's keep it there. Left click to finalize that one. And now we can do our line from here to here. And we'll take it past. We don't need to be perfect. So another line. I'm going to start hitting L to get this. L, I'm going to escape to get out of it. L to get me a line here. I'm good. Okay, I can hit L to get it out of it too, so that's cool. So L to get out, and then I'll just do a bunch of trims. So now I'm gonna get my spline here to here. Okay, yep, looking good. Okay, right click, see how I definitely make sure that's connected, and now I'll do the center one, spline. And I can adjust that after if I really want to. Connected, right click, confirm. Okay, now we're gonna do some trims. Trim that guy, trim this guy, so it breaks my circle. Okay, but look how pretty it looks. Broken, fixed, everything. Don't worry about this square, that's probably a sketch. Alright, let's keep going. Let's go back to our lines right here. Bam, bam, bam. Alright, if I don't like that, I could adjust that, and if it doesn't look properly, maybe I can right click and I should be able to add, let's insert spline point. So I can insert a spline point right here and here and here. This good little tutorial here, so I can adjust these and fine tune them. Should be able to pull that guy in. Why is it not letting me? Let me right click, escape that there, and now, okay, that's what it was. So it was still in the building the splines. So let's get it. All right, that looks pretty good. Okay, and then I can pull this out or in or whatever. So we added additional splines, even though it's done. So I'm going to confirm. Nope, confirm the sketch gets me out of the sketch. Let's do that. Let's see what happens. Oh, I'm out of the sketch. How do I get back in? Well, go back to sketch. Double click 2 times on that, and then we're back into it. And then everything looks blue again. Blue again means uncontrolled. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to build this line down here. Okay. Ding, ding. Now, if we want those perfectly flat, we could fix that. We could pull this out. Okay, that's what we'll do. We'll make these nice and flat because I'm sure that's how they're supposed to be. With this being rotated, you know, it's probably why it's goofy. So let me go down and fix this edge right here. Oh, nope, goofed up. Right click, Control Z. Not right click, Control Z will take you back. Let me grab this corner right here and let's see what I can do to fix that. Alright, looks a little better there. Alright, so now I'm going to build this rectangle right here, and I can go past it and go down here and grab that right there. Right click, escape rectangle. I'm going to use my trim function to clean that rectangle up. We don't need to go past the line. Okay, and we can see this looks a little bad. So what I can do is right click, escape the trim. I'm going to pull this guy in. This is a not a vertical surface, so if I had a vertical constraint on it, then it would stick and it would not allow me. So let me do this. See, I just hit that button right there, vertical, and it actually just made it vertical. So now if I want to adjust that, it won't let me. It then goofs up and it grabs, you know, more material up here, which I don't want. So Control Z to undo that, undo again. I don't want that constrained. And if you want to figure out if it is constrained, we should click right here and we go to constraints. So all this is showing that this is equal or parallel to something, and this is at a coincident to a point. I believe that's what that one means right there, coincident. So if it was showing this symbol, then we know it's a vertical line. So get rid of that because it just makes more mess. Back to square, actually we can create a nice square, and then we can adjust that edge up there, and we can notice the square wants to be perfectly vertical. So let's see what happens when I escape the rectangle and then I grab that one edge, and I think it is saying that this is a yeah. So let me hit my shift key, see what I can do. No, that doesn't do nothing. Alright, so if I don't want this, alright, this is, I see that perpendicular. I don't like perpendicular. I don't want that perpendicular. So where is that perpendicularity call out? There it is right here. So we can delete that guy. Okay, now we just have some coincidences. No perpendiculars up here, so that's cool. Uncheck that. Now we should be able to grab this edge and pull edges in. Let's see if I can pull this. I don't want this. I want, let me see if I can, this means parallel. Let me delete that. Delete. Nope, I don't want to delete the sketch entity. Show constraints. I'm going to get rid of this guy. And I'm going to get rid of this guy. Don't need those. And then I'm going to delete this guy. Okay, and then hide that. Now I should have full control over this. Yep, look at that. Perfect. Click, hold, drag. Okay, and if you want to, you know, fix these other guys, we can fix those too. And then, but I just showed how we can adjust those if you want. You got to remove the constraints that are building as you're building, so spline won't have that problem. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's all online, so it's taking a couple extra seconds to work. Let me do a spline. I think spline might be the easier one to do. And if you need a nice long straight line, you can pretty much build that. So let's go right there. All right, I think we are completed. We can can, if we want to fix a couple of these, we can right click and we can confirm that, but now we can actually insert spline points. Let's say I wanted a point right there, a point right here. I want to clean up this edge a little bit. This looks something goofy here. Right click, escape those control points, but now I can grab those control points and move them around and do what I want with them. So this one looks a little bit, I'm going to do a zoom in, grab this edge, grab this edge a little bit, grab this. I don't have much going on there. Okay, that looks good though. Okay, so right now is the time to make your modifications, clean this guy up. Missing one right here, so I'll fix that. Spline this guy, so here to here, straight down. I'm gonna get out of there because it wants to bend that too much. I don't like that bend. Now I'm gonna go nice gradual bends are the best for me. Okay. Confirm. Keep looking up. So you always seem to miss one or two. All right, so we go here all the way to here, and I can right click confirm. I'm gonna go back to that spline. Okay. Right click confirm. How's that looking? A little scoopy, but I can I don't think that's gonna be any issue. At least I'm trying to pull that in. Alright. Undo. We're fine there. That's fine. No problems. Alright, looking for any more lines that are not fully done. Ding 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 ding. Everything looks good. Okay, alright. So now I'm gonna hit finish the sketch right here. So it's automatically finished it. It should be saving it. So I should be able to do a mirror of it. Okay, I'm going to go back into sketch, and notice this line right here. I'm going to get rid of that guy. I'm going to use my trim function, trim it. Let's look for any other items that need to be trimmed, and looks like everything else is good. Okay, and now I'm going to try my mirror about this construction line. So let's see what this does. Let's see, mirror. Here's my mirror function. Right there. Okay, select the mirror line. Okay, select the entities to be mirrored. So I'm going to just hover. I'm going to create a box and make sure I include everything. Okay, and then these guys, and then make sure I'm checking everything up to that line. Yep, looks like it mirrored it. That's pretty cool. This guy, looks like I was missing that guy and that guy. And then this guy was missing. I want to mirror him. Okay, perfect. Looks like, yeah, I think everything's mirrored. Looking good. Everything's connected. Yeah. That one's a little goofy, okay, because this picture was taken at a slight angle. So if we're not like 100% dead on, we won't be able to take, it won't look exactly correct. So let's finish that sketch. Okay, so now we have a thing fully sketched, and as we can highlight over here, I'm not worried about that. So now we should be able to go to extrude. Okay, and we're going to create a new extrusion. We're going to click on that guy, and then we're going to move it to 5 millimeters. I said before we'd like to run it about 5 millimeters, and that will reprint it at 5 millimeters. And then we can have a good representation of what it would really be like. And I think actually 5 millimeters might be thick enough. I'm going to grab my calipers here and I'm going to simulate 5 millimeters. And yeah, so this is 5 millimeters right here. So yeah, I think that's thick enough. You could even probably go less. Anyway, so that is our Stormtrooper. I think it's pretty cool. So let me hit a front view here. And yeah, so finally we're going to show how to scale this, and let's change color real quick. So let's click on this and then right click, and we're going to go to edit appearance for part 1. Okay, we're going to change it to black. Okay, now we can do a little rotation or something like that. Okay, so there's our black Stormtrooper. Alright, so now we'll go to front. So now to do a scale to make this a little bit bigger, what we'll need to do is go to transform. So let's go to, where's transform up here? Transform right there, okay? Transform. Alright, so now we need to select the entities to transform or copy. So click on your thing, and what do you want to translate by? I actually want to scale it, okay? And how much do I want to scale it? Let's say I wanted to scale 50%, so 1.5 would push us to 50%. We could copy part, or we could work with the original part, and then we got to choose the location of where we're going to start this from. So we can choose like right here. So it should be able to let me choose, or actually let me choose right there, that dot, okay? So as we can see, it is scaling, and then now we have 2 stormtroopers, and then we could actually hide the first stormtrooper if we wanted to. So we should be able to right click and go to suppress. Never mind, undo that, Control Z, and we should be able to suppress this guy. Let's see what we can do. Suppress, hide part 2. There we go. Alright, so okay, part 1 and part 2, so we could choose which part we want, okay? And then I'm going to keep part 2. Part 2 is like, say part 1 was a little bit too small, and now I got part 2. Finally, let's get this part out. We want to export this, so we will choose right click, file, export, and then choose our part, and then we can choose some of these, and then export that, and it will start to download it. So you should have that in your downloads folder now. And you 3D print this, and everything looks good, then you're good to go. So let me know if you need help figuring this out. Like, subscribe, comment, give me some questions or some additional things that you think are difficult. I'll figure them out for you. All right. So OnShape is a very powerful software, and totally free version. This is a shared item. It's public, but yeah, totally free and a great piece of software. Coming from a Unigraphics NX CAD background, the software is quite robust, and I'm happy with it.